And Dan, just again for our audience, what do you gather this sentence could look like here?
I think it's likely that he will not be serving time for this. So I think that, look, the judge will have a lot of discretion here. As Terry made clear, this is, technically a very serious crime with very serious potential sentence. But as a practical matter, because it is the only crime, meaning there weren't other crimes committed with it. Typically, this kind of crime of lying on a federal form is thrown in with other crimes, where a gun is used in a crime. They say, oh, well, there was also falsification made on the federal form to get the gun. We're going to enhance the sentence as a result of that. Here, where you've got an isolated crime, just this, with nothing else, it would be very surprising, I think, if Hunter Biden were to serve time. But, David, one other interesting question. You had asked President Biden in your interview with him whether he would pardon his son, and his answer was no. He'd respect the verdict, et cetera. Remember, there's also the possibility of commuting the sentence. So if there is a sentence that comes down, even if he's not officially pardoned, there's also the possibility of commuting the sentence at some point down the road.
And again, just to Dan, alluding to this interview I did with President Biden in Normandy just a couple of days ago. Dan, thank you. Stick with us here. But just to bring you up to speed at home, if you didn't catch the interview, one of the things I did ask of the president, as Dan mentioned, was have you ruled out a pardon for your son if convicted? He said yes. I also asked him if he would respect the verdict no matter what the finding was from the jury, and President Biden telling me yes, he would respect the outcome of this case.